field. So they really developed a lot here. It's really cool stuff.
Interesting tech, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and
Fascinating.
so I posted this, right? Of course, Elon embedded it, which is really nice. Awesome stuff for me, of course. And I saw one particular idea. I checked the quote posts, of course, in my posting activity, because I want to see if there's people there that they post things. I look at it. It's like, oh yeah, cool, nice stuff. I saw a German guy who's really enthusiastic about this. Here I'll pin that just randomly. Yeah, so it's the German guy, which is really nice, because I don't really see Germans be very, optimistic about the future when it comes to space technology. They're usually, very political and shit. So the first time I actually see a German post in the wild, which is actually nice, and of course, I left a reply there saying, the future must look like the future, in German. I can speak German, by the way, because I am a German. Many people don't know that, but yes, that's true. So I left that reply there. I thought it was really nice, so people enjoyed this, they looked at it, it was very cool. And then I saw something that I thought was really fucking retarded, right? You know how we always go on about the boomers being exceedingly pessimistic and being in itself at war with the future at all times? I saw that too. So you see enthusiasm, right? You see people are enthusiastic, they're hopeful for the future, they're excited, everybody's loving this. And then you get shit like this. 1 second. This right here. Gen Z invents hydraulic vice scripts a century after boomers invented them. What? What are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. This is not it's not an invention. This is not an intergenerational war. This is a conflict against Earth's gravity. You're trying to get out to space, and you're trying to build infrastructure in space. It's not a fucking intergenerational war. Nobody cares about you and your weird ass dynamics. But sure, that's what he made it about. And I'm like, bro, okay. So I left this reply because I thought that was the only reply. Instead of straight up calling him a retard, which he would have absolutely deserved. He should have been called a retard. I should have called him a retard because he is one. I left this reply instead, right? Because why do you look at this? Why do you look at a technology like this that's actually fascinating and amazing and is relevant to each and every single one of us as humans? Why would you look at this and think it's some sort of intergenerational war? It is not. It is just the future. You should be happy about this. You should be amazed at the fact that we take engineering principles that are already very old and we're upscaling them into the modern age to still be useful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a genuinely beautiful thing. And so, I left that reply because, bros has to do better. And if you look at his profile and everything, there's a lot of anti-Elon shit on top of that, which is crazy, right? And then, of course, under that, instead of addressing what I said, he left a whole bunch of links to stuff about the Saturn V rocket. And I'm like, okay, I don't get it. Well, what are you trying to tell me here? That this stuff has already been done before? Because it hasn't, right? Saturn V has 5 engines, not 33. It had 4 clamps, not however many are there. I didn't count how many clamps are there. Also, none of those clamps were shielded properly in the same way, nor did they have that mechanism. That mechanism exists here, in this way, at that scale, for the first time ever. NASA's never built anything that big before, and is never going to build anything that big. Maybe they're going to try, but it will be a complete failure.
17 or 18 clamps.
Yeah, 17 to 18 clamps versus 4. You're building a launch pad that's for a 5-engine rocket that's 4 clamps. And you're comparing that, and they're not even properly shielded, and they're not built for reusability. Not even the rocket's built for reusability. The engines aren't not built for reusability. The pad's not built for reusability. None of these things are built for reusability. There's no innovation here, right? But now you see something that's actually built for reusability. It's at a scale that you haven't seen before, and you want to compare it to something. It's yeah, cool, these are the grounding principles. Yeah, sure. But then why didn't NASA build this? Because it couldn't. And also, it's not Gen Zs that are building this thing. Of course, they're people at the company that are Gen Z. Of course, it's mixed workforce. You all have I think most of them are going to be millennials. And then there's going to be Gen Z, of course. But that doesn't even make sense. The guy who is, Elon, he's way too old to be Gen Z. He's not even millennial. So I don't get what the guy's point is. How politically raped must you be to believe in this nonsense and think about this some sort of intergenerational war way? This doesn't make any sense. It's engineering. Please, come on. Study it. Of course, I watched the video that bro linked, and it was some AI generated nonsense about stuff that I watched as a kid. It's some document about launch clamps And then there's a YouTube short. I didn't watch that because I don't watch shorts, fucking retarded. And then I watched the actual YouTube videos attached to it, some like ChatGPT narrated bullshit. I'm like, bro, I already know all this. I don't have to watch this. I clicked off of it. I was like, bro, what are you trying to tell me? It's like I've been obsessed with rocket technology since I was like a kid, bro. You know, I don't get this. It's been like this is an autistic fixation of mine. What are you trying to tell me here, bro? Like, did you know less about this stuff than I do? You want me to go down in history? You want me to explain how that all works? You want me to explain the principles of fucking like hydraulic technology as well while we're at it? You want me to go down into Rome? We could do that. We could do all of those things. You could just say like, oh wow, we just reinvented what the Romans did when we like invented excavators. What? That's the same point. It's stupid, right? That's a bit more of a stretched timeline, of course, because you look at a century instead of millennia, right? So that that's a somewhat of an unfair comparison. I will say that, but it's still a fair comparison when it comes to the theme of irrational statements, right? So yeah, I thought I'd add that in. But anyways, by the way, good news. Launch is happening 4 or 5 days ish. They're planning it for July 16th, I think. Yep. So that's pretty cool. That's happening. We're most likely looking at an edit to come out from that, and I think about 3 weeks. Roughly about, I think, 3 weeks. Yeah. So because we have to wait about 2 weeks until all the clips are out.
You're gonna have the musician again, or did you talk to them?
I said that we need to create music.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see if that will get done. Yeah. I'm confident it will be. It'll be kind of cool. I'm sure. So yeah. I'm not sure what it's going to sound like, but we'll see. I might give some examples. We'll see. I'll talk to the guy. I sent a message in our group chat earlier today, giving like the launch timeline. But yeah, no, we have about I think 3 weeks or 4, depending on how much I want to stretch it. So he's got like soon that time because creating music is quite difficult and takes some time. And in this case, it's very much so a love of the game type of thing. But it's great because you end up like getting a decent amount of like attention from that, and it's a great way to like spread your work, And so in my case, I love to do that for the same reason as well. Like I don't even get any monetization for the videos because like that system is broken. Like, that system does not work properly. It's like even I'll give you an example because so when Elon embedded our video, that got about 14 million on my end. I got about like 60 million on his. I don't remember. That above my base monetization gave me like $200 extra. So there's really no money in that. There's no money in that. So it's literally love of the game shit for me there, because I just enjoy that people find the work nice and that that people are inspired by it. One of the things that's happened happened about a month back I think was when somebody watched the edit that we made with the M8 3 music in it, they like watched it. And what I like to always do is with every edit, I like to include the engineering bits first, and then you move on to the actual rocket itself, right? And they looked at this, and based on that, somebody actually got into aerospace engineering after that, which is really cool. So they watched the video, they was like, "Yep, I'm doing this. I'm getting into this now." So yeah, actually posted it on various media platforms just to make sure there's like max coverage, and we got at least like one guy. So that's cool, from what I know of at least. So I guess that's neat. It's good to have an impact like that because that's the exact idea. You want to create something that people find beautiful, and that actually in some form changes lives and shapes perception to get people to value these types of technologies and these types of missions. Because a lot of the time, like the problem with these space nerds is that they are very disconnected from the rest of humanity. They don't understand that humans want to see beautiful things, but you also have to understand what exactly feels and looks beautiful, because like what you see, like you're autistic as shit and you love rockets. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but why does somebody else want to love rockets too? Like, well,